Real problem with meta and gacha games. Let's see what this is.
Yo,
Okay, let's
meta
go.
in gacha games was and still is a really complicated topic that people are always talking about with any gacha game. And in any gacha game, you will always find that one
not complicated.
problem in the meta. So today we will examine gacha games. 3 of them will be our main talking point and see if we can find
All right, let's see. What is it you're talking about with meta?
the right way to make meta good in a gacha game. Maybe some games are destroying themselves, or a game that decides to twist it and fix the whole thing. Which, by the way, have you
Bro, Tower Fantasy added a dating simulator. I could barely talk to women in general. But Jesus Christ, that shit looks crazy. But Tower Fantasy adding a dating simulator. In Snowbreak, you can get married. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, if you like that, I love that for you. I do think that's a little weird. I don't know if weird is the proper word. Let me rephrase that. I think that I just don't find the need to go onto a video game and simulate myself dating. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they made a dating simulator. Like, it is now literally like in Snowbreak, you could 100% get married. You can get married to someone. And in TOF, they're adding a date. And I just like, I personally don't see the purpose for it, but I guess it's for a different market. It's just not your taste. Not to your taste. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I just never, you know, it's not for me. It's not for me. Well, that's not all of us are cool. Well, not all of us is cool and social. No, bro, stop trying to glaze me. I got a girl, bro. Yeah, I can't be talking to you like that, Shane. Stop flirting with me. What are you doing? What are you doing?
heard of the hit
I see
game
it.
Blue Archive? Well, me too.
Also, I'm not surprised because there are actually marriages between people and objects in Asia. Oh, great heavens. Oh, that's a topic I'm not covering.
And this video is sponsored by Blue
Oh,
Archive.
Blue Archive
is a mobile
sponsor. All right, let's
RPG.
get
Games
past
will
that.
be
Though.
Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Tower Fantasy. First off,
Okay.
let's go with Genshin. And
I'm surprised he's not doing woo-woo.
Genshin Impact has one of the most interesting routes in terms of meta, and you will know why after I talk about the other games. So the Genshin meta was overall balanced.
Genshin's meta is not fucking interesting. It has been interesting since Hyperbloom. There's nothing interesting about the Genshin meta at all. I'm just telling you right now. As a professional, it's not interesting.
From the start until Fontaine. They released some OP characters from the start, having a big Ganyu, Zhongli, Hu Tao, the Raiden Shogun, very powerful 4-star characters like Bennett and Xianling, and the more characters they add with the game, they rarely add a back character. For example, they made Ayaka, and the comparisons between Ayaka and Ganyu are always there, although the difference wasn't that big. There's comparisons between Yoimiya.
I completely disagree with that 100%. Yeah, this is Steorg, but I don't agree with him. Ayaka and Ganyu have a pretty big difference. Ganyu, genuinely speaking, Tectoman is right, is an absolute amazing sub DPS and very good at freeze. And Ayaka is a main DPS. And there's massive DPS difference between the both of them. Now, I can't speak to how the game was prior to like 2.8, because that's when I started playing the game. But I could tell you right now, like, very different. Banana, have a great day. I appreciate you, dog. Very, very, very different. So I don't know if I agree with that. I think that's kind of a weird statement.
Yeah, and Hu Tao, there's
sure.
no big difference too. And sometimes they
There's an absolutely big difference between Yoimiya and Hu Tao. Yoimiya can absolutely get knocked back in the matter of seconds. Hu Tao needs vapes. Like, needs fucking vapes desperately. And you don't need dash canceling, but it helps a lot. But there's a massive difference between the two as well. So I don't know. I don't know if, like, no shot to this homie. I'm sure they're a cool dude. I don't know if they play Genshin. I don't know if they're not aware of it. I don't know. But Ganyu is better when you can't freeze. I don't agree with you. What's going on, Zai? Back when they were pretty equal, but Ganyu started to fall off after Shenhe. She vapes. Hu Tao? Hu Tao's whole team is vapes. Hu Tao can't work with anyone else. The reason why Arlecchino is better than Hu Tao is A, you have pretty much zero downtime with Arlecchino if you use her properly, but she can work on any team possible. She can work with Electrocharge. She can work with vapes. She can work with Mono Pyro. Hu Tao needs vape. And also Yoimiya, forgetting the fact that her C6 low-key nerfs her, Yoimiya, vaping? Shut up, bro. Forgetting the fact that Yoimiya can, the C6 is fucking useless, but she can get knocked back instantaneously. If you don't have Zhongli, if you don't have Layla, she's kind of annoying to use. She's not fun. Same thing, needs vapes. I don't know. I just, off rip, I'm kind of like not feeling it.
There's
But
comparisons between Yoimiya and Hotao. There's no big difference too. And sometimes they make a character mid and they buff the character enough to be there in the
I
meta.
believe in you, Sid. I believe in you.
Was like that for years. Power creep wasn't really a thing. Of course, we saw some insanely powerful supports like Kazuha, but we also had Nahida. So the good points about this meta is that it makes you have the ability to use any character that you like with really not caring much about the meta. And instead of pulling for the meta only, now you pull more for the gameplay and the strategies that the character give you. And of course the character design. So what Hoyoverse had to do is make a new character with greater gameplay or new gameplay mechanics that make this character work without really power creeping things. Now I want you to remember how this meta was, because there is a twist in this video. I want you to hold up with Genshin, with Fontaine and potentially Natlan, because before we talk about that, let's go to Honkai Star Rail. Now Honkai Star Rail's meta is very different. At the start, Honkai Star Rail was
That's valid, Max. Honestly, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the money. Ganyu's in show.
Doing a little by little power creep. So they make.
To be fair, I don't know a lot about Star Rail, but I do know that they're absolutely power pretty hard in this game already. I think they're power creeping more in Star Rail than they've ever power creeped in Genshin Impact. Literally, Hu Tao got power creeped after 2.5 years. Jing Liu got power creeped after like 9 months. You know what I mean? And then Acheron came out. After Acheron came out, Firefly came out. Fucking power creep. Not 100% power creep, but Acheron, I mean, like, Firefly is definitely, like, better in a lot of scenarios. Excuse me. So I don't understand the meta to the point of, like, Star Rail the way I do in Genshin, but I know for sure Star Rail absolutely caters towards power creeping. And I think if you say otherwise, Honkai Star Meta, whoever's on the banner, yeah, very, very, very much Zai. I mean, that's like that with a lot of gacha games, but Star Rail feeds into it way more, for sure. Like Golden Gears, right now, perfect for Jade. The second Jade is off the banner. Actually, she's already off the banner. She's probably going to put it to the back seat a little bit for quite some time. So, yeah. I mean, 2 years, background is aight, but 9 months is mad fast. 9 months is very fast. I agree with you. Very, very fast.
A character, after 2 or 3 patches, there's a new character of the same role that has like 10% more damage or 10% more value, 20% sometimes. Now, what's good about this is that Honkai Star Rail makes you have another reason compared to Genshin Impact to get a new character. You get this character to make your account better because the content in the game is getting harder and harder with the time. Combine that with...
I don't think it's getting harder. I think they're just catering towards that specific element slash path. I don't think it's a matter of the content getting harder. I think it's just specifically Boot Hill dropped. Boot Hill was the best for whatever game mode that was at. J drop, great for Golden Gear. New character drop, great for whatever the thing is. I don't think that qualifies as harder. I think that just is just a business strategy. So I really don't agree so far. Yunli Clara for sure. In Skyrim, I married for 6 months at the happiest Nord in all land, and I found out my partner wasn't really a cat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Partner wasn't really a cat and some guy from Pacific New Jersey. Silver lining, he treats me very well. This man said I've married some. Yo, marrying from Jersey. If it's not Tony Soprano, I don't want to hear it. The hell, Shane, you should know better. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? This man is really out here fighting his demons. My Jing Yuan can clear all content still, and he gets much better each patch. Jing Yuan is a rare case of he was absolutely dog shit at first, so he was never in the meta. To my understanding, please comment if I'm wrong. Everyone said this was a dog shit character, kind of similar to Kaza, where people skipped on Kaza because they were fucking goofy. They thought Venti was better, and then in reality, Jing Yuan and Himiko got a massive buff. A massive, not even a legitimate buff. But they dropped game modes and they dropped certain activities that buffed those characters and made the follow-up attacks more strong. So I think Jing Yuan is a bad example. What up, Schick? What's going on, brother? Damn, man, how you feeling? Shikasu, how you feeling, dog? DOT is losing momentum, potentially. Imbibity Liberty is useless. Imbibity Liberty without Sparkle is fucking unbearable, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And he was goated with the sauce at one point, so, you know.
with cool abilities
how
and
the game is.
animations, and of course design. If we look at it from business perspective, this character has more potential to sell more. Honkai Star Rail did outsell Genshin a lot, and it's outselling Genshin now. So what Genshin Impact did is start following the Honkai Star Rail route in 4.0 in Fontaine. We have New Valette topping off any other Hydro character by a whole margin.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, the Hydro DPS before him were trash. Zincho is not a Hydro DPS. Yelan at C6 is a Hydro DPS. Ayato was mid. Ayato was that the only Hydro DPS? Genshin Impact characters. Again, and I like Steorg, but I just don't think this is correct. Objectively, it's not even an opinion. I think right now, like Loki's kind of yapping. Hydro. Sijuin's new, doesn't count. Tartaglia was very good. Ayato is okay. Kokomi's not a main DPS, not a main DPS, not a main DPS. No. Only at C6. No. So you had two main Hydro DPSs. Technically, Tartaglia is still valid. Ayato is really not good. I don't want to say not good. He's just not on the level of either Child or New Valette. So I don't think that's power creep. Arlecchino is power creep. New Valette I don't think is power creep. I don't think so. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, for sure. Zincho's better than Yelan, fight me? You're bugging. Maybe in some cases. I gotta hop to bed. Yo, Max, I appreciate it, brother. Debbie, man, have a good night, brother. Who is there? Ayato? Shit, and Child Disease, I'm a more nuke-centered. I agree. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, Sam, thanks for chiming in, brother. Chiori, definitely power creep. This man is handsome. What up, Rage? How you feeling, brother? Welcome, man. Stop. You know the vibes, that man, bro. How you feeling? Chiori, power creep. Chiori is, I believe, like a 10 to 50% increase than Albedo, but also is not required. Also, Chiori C1 is not as... Chiori C1 is substantially better than C0 Chiori to the point where, like, unless you're willing to spend an ungodly amount of primos, you might as well stick with Albedo. You know what I'm saying? How's it going, bro? We're chilling. We're reacting to some videos, playing a little bit of Wuthering Waves. We might do some Elden Ring or League of Legends after. We're just kind of vibe right now. What up, Shikasu? How you feeling, brother? We're chilling. Sam, I love you, baby. I hope you're doing good. Sam, I got to give you a call tomorrow morning.
Becoming the best main DPS in the game.
Yeah, being the best main DPS isn't saying much.
Get a Furina, outscaling any other support because she does damage and support better than them. They gave her a very...
Yeah, man, that's another one of those things where it's like... Zincho and Yelan still have value even if you have Furina because you need a second team. Obviously, Furina is better. But Furina's not better in Hyperbloom, and these two, like a double Hydro team and Hyperbloom, are insane, or just one of them. They're still better. Zincho is actually technically better than Yelan, in my opinion, because you have the sack, pause, no pause. But definitely Furina's amazing. I could see more power creep towards Furina, but I'm still pulling Yelan, even though I have Furina and a really cracked Furina. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't call me ever understood. And you still play mostly Furina and another Hydro? Yeah, it's not just Furina. Now there are teams like Ito Furina. Now, you can say Furina power crept in the sense of because Furina now enables characters to use Mara Chussi. So you can run for like Furina Hu Tao, and it changed the playstyle of things, like for sure. So I think Furina is, I don't want to say straight up power creep because the other two are still extremely strong and extremely valuable. But Furina definitely introduces a new style to the game and just new team compositions that did not exist before. So I think power creep is really, really stretching it. Vaughn is on the million haters and I'm one of the... Shut up, Cruzik. This is a motherfucker, son.
Powerful kid that you cannot resist getting her. Earlier I said Hu Tao and Yoimiya, but Arlecchino blows
this is power creep.
This
is a perfect example of power creep.
Very powerful electro damage dealer, but there is still differences between Genshin and HSR because Genshin wasn't getting harder with the time. Sure, the Abyss was getting some changes, but it wasn't that hard for older characters to clear it. But going back to HSR instead of just adding more powerful characters, they also added dedicated modes for characters that are probably mid or any other role overall. And that was a big W for HSR for a long time, for almost a year. The simulated universe, the pure fiction, they were adding more and more content while making it a little more harder and making characters that got power crept go to another mode. People didn't complain much. The characters were very fun and everything was still good. And now I know that you want me to talk about Firefly and Acheron for having an absurd amount of damage, because when these characters came out, a lot of people started seeing some problems with the meta. But what if I tell you they are not the problem actually? And it's not about the modes. There's one character that everybody should know that started changing everything with the game. Ruan Mei. This character changed the game forever. And that's the first mistake that a lot of gachas do. A broken support. Not only that, they kinda made the new characters also centered around Ruan Mei. You can also see that these powerful characters that you call Power Creep the game also work with Ruan Mei. They kinda need Ruan Mei. So the new characters can use Ruan Mei, but some of the older ones won't be able to. So it can
even I have Ruan Mei because she's busted. Yeah, no, Ruan Mei's amazing, but is that power creep though? I don't know if that's power creep. I feel like power creep is when you release, in my mind, I interpret power creep as I release this new unit that has made all the other units absolutely close to inoperable compared to this one. And I think Ruan Mei is not power creep. It's just Ruan Mei's too broken. And she's hard to power creep. And I don't even think what's her face power creeps her. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I don't know much about the recent meta. Is there power creep if there's no power to creep? True and real.
Character like Zila, for example, now is kind of having some hard time in the game. She still, of course, can clear the content, but it's way harder compared to the others. And then we started to see another flaw. You cannot nerf characters. Like, come on, I agree. You cannot do that. You know, people who spent money on a character that is so powerful and then they find it being nerfed. So the damage numbers in gacha games are only going up because they can buff characters. That's the difference. They do that by adding more and more stats and also supports that can make older characters shine again. For example, if we talk about Sparkle, she made Imbiber Lune way better and got him back in the meta. And that's the way they can fix it.
Calchero has no power to creep. He is just ass is crazy, son. My man Setharoth is still kind of cute, all right? He's still kind of cute, but he's getting power creep 1000%. It pretty hard, too. Absolutely pretty hard.
By adding new characters and new sets that can make older characters better. And we will still get more and more power creep and fix it with new supports or new DPSs to work with older supports too. So this loop is still the best in terms of business because you will always sell with new characters. You either get a character to buff your old characters or get a new character because
I also think power creeping in Star Rail honestly it's not bad for new players. Like imagine starting Star Rail on Firefly's banner or starting Star Rail on Acheron's banner. That's pretty fucking insane. It's bad for old players without a doubt. Like especially if you spent money and you see someone like Sela. But power creep for new players is not bad because it's going to incentivize new players to play the game consistently due to the fact that they can jump in at any point and reasonably have very well-built units or very meta units to the point where they can take them to the end game. So I don't think power creep is the worst thing in the world, honestly. Continue.
It's just stronger, but from
don't you need specific mechanics to casually progress through the story? Not through Star Rail. You don't need mechanics to press through the story, not at all.
From a player's perspective, this is kinda annoying. The reason is this is a gacha game and people do pull on characters that they like. Of course, a lot of people care about meta, but you also want to get a character that you like. And if this character is not that good anymore and you have to get another character that you didn't even consider, it gets a little annoying. And even if they
I think a majority of gacha players don't give a fuck. I think the super duper casuals, like someone like Doggy, I love you, Doggy, with all my heart. Doggy doesn't give a fuck. I think out of the $97 million that was spent on Zenless Zone Zero, most of the people will not care if Ellen got power creep because half the time, a lot of those people can't even complete the content to begin with. They just get the characters because they look cute. People loved Kaveh. Kaveh is the drizzling fucking shits from a meta perspective. Absolute fucking trash, but they wanted him so badly, they got him. No regrets because they love him. A lot of people don't care. They just don't fucking care.
They are fixing old characters. They're not fixing it the best way possible. They're not top tier characters anymore. They just work to have the ability to at least clear the content, but nowhere near as the others. To make you
Kuki Shinobu is a perfect example of someone who was absolutely dog shit when they came out and is now one of the most broken characters in the game. Toma is going to be another broken character because of Emily. again, I really, 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 really fuck with Steorg. I think we're missing the mark on a lot of the Genshin Impact stuff here. I don't know if they don't play the game. I don't know if they're not aware, if they're like a super whale or anything like that. But like, it's just not. It's just not true. Like, if you look at all of the 4-stars that are ass, obviously they don't bring every 4-star up to par, but the important ones they do, and it's, you know, it's just a thing. It happens. I don't know about that. There's the only reason why I tune you if it says ass. Shane, why are you like Shane? I'm gonna see you tomorrow and I'm gonna start twerking. A little tired, but good. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day today, Dahlia. I think he doesn't actively play Genshin, but I can't speak for them. Yeah, but even some of the Star Rail takes are a little weird too. So even some of the little Star Rail takes are kind of stinky. I'm not gonna, again, I fucks with this homie, but you know, I don't know. I don't agree with it. What up, Lily? Lily, I'll drink some water. Yeah, I'm drinking water. How are you, Lily? How are you, Stinky? But I'm happy you're doing good, Dahlia.
To understand how Hoyoverse does this, they don't care about older characters that much. They start making a new character that is better and better, make new modes working for this character, and as long as the other characters can clear the content, they don't care. And by clear, I can...
That might be for Star Rail. Again, I cannot, I know the very surface, basic level of Star Rail meta. That's all I know. I don't fucking know. But it's really not that way with... Zincho, Shanglang, Benny are still fucking top tier. Sucrose. All of those came out at 1.0 or close to 1.0. Still the best characters in the game. Still releasing characters that are perfect with them. That synergize perfectly. Those are just random 4-stars off the top of my head. Kuki Shinobu is dog shit till Bloom. Toma, dog shit until Emily. I mean, it's not like it's a foreign concept. Also, get a shout out for Lily. I think was Zingsho mentioned my boy. We love Zingsho. We love the homie. But how are you, Lily? Hope you're doing good. We're doing good. Also, I don't stink. I swear to God, I showered. Why y'all motherfuckers think I smell? Maybe you smelling your mud is up a lip.
Can say that the new character can clear it in 1 turn, while
Cookie
the others
TCG
can
card is also
clear it
broken?
in 10 turns.
Ash. Chat, type 1s if you play TCG. Type 1. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me to make Ash look good. Type 1 if you play... No, not you, fucking Ash. Thank you, Saul. Thank you. Okay, I just had to see one other person type 2. That's all I needed. Okay. You're the only one person who plays it. Shikatsu, fuck you, bro. Why'd you type 1? Don't lie. I smell you in Massachusetts. It's crazy. 69 giggity. Nah, bro. It's just my swamp ass. It's just the swamp ass. But really, y'all play TCG? Come on, y'all motherfuckers lying. Don't lie to me like that. A little in and out. That's... I'm a little in and out, but I'm out with my sister. Yo, enjoy, dams. Don't watch me. Or unless you got me on the aux cord. If you're on the aux cord, I'll start singing. Daylight. Let me know.
And to Hoyoverse, this is still a clear, but they only start looking at them when they actually don't clear content anymore. And then they add a support that brings them back to the meta to
That's valid.
Clear in 5
very
turns,
valid.
for example. They will never be as good as the new characters, but they will go back better than before, and with more time they will come back to the 10th turn, and at some point they will need to be replaced. You will have a brand new team. So yes, this is the strategy that makes more money, but it's kind of not holding the players really. Because
I disagree. I don't understand. If I get a character, right? Let's pull out the notepad. If I receive a character, let's just make a new one. File, new. Don't save. If I get Sealy, Sela, right? So we get Sealy, right? She gets out DPS'd by Imbibitor Lune, right? Out DPS by... You know what? Fuck it. Let's not even say Imbibitor Lune. Let's say Jing Liu, because Imbibitor Lune uses Sparkle as well. But let's say they get out DPS by Jing Liu. So you have a new character who they're still a valid DPS. They're still good at their position, but this person is just better and does more DPS. And then Jing Liu gets power crept by Acheron, right? Acheron. Now, the game decided, you know what? We want to catch Sealy up so that way they're over here. They're better than Jing Liu, but they're not as good as Acheron, right? So then they drop Sparkle. Now you have your Sparkle combination with Sealy, right? And it's not as good as Acheron, but it's still good. I don't see this as a bad thing. But, like, how is this a bad concept? Because they power crept Sealy, so Sealy was irrelevant, and then they brought them back. And then they resurrected them, and then eventually they'll drop whoever else, and it'll power creep Sealy and Sparkle again, and then the cycle reverses. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think this is, A, they're making money, and B, they're making the character. Yo, what's going on, Lord Doom? I appreciate the follow, brother. Davion, man, welcome in. How are you? You're having a great day today. I appreciate you. I don't think this is a bad cycle, though. I think this is making them relevant again, because they could just drop them off. It could just be Sealy, right? Jing Liu, both get power crept. Imbibitor Lune gets power crept, and then Acheron comes out, and then fucking power creeps all of them, and then they don't have to fucking go back. But they're going back and they're bringing them up, so I don't think this is a bad thing. I think this is a little weird. I don't know if I like this video. What up, Josh? How you feeling, brother? Davion, man, welcome in. Hope you're having a great day today. How are you feeling, Stinky? I don't know,
Frustration
man.
currently isn't as big as we think, but it's getting bigger. So Hoyoverse needs to be careful in making older characters still viable. And the most important thing for this system to work is for the game to be generous. You need to be able to pull one of the two characters that they add in every single update. And to be honest, we are seeing HSR giving like 120 pulls per.
We're watching a video called The Problem with Meta and Gacha Games, and so far I think it's really missed the mark. Did I miss the twerking? Nah, you came just in. Was my ass out? I think my ass was out. I think we're getting banned on Twitch. It's unfortunate. I blame Doggy. Keep polite with it. I was kind of being a little humble with that. If you want a whole Fever Dream of music video at some point, have beautiful suggestions. Fever Dream music videos? I'm a little too schmiz for that. I like the type of video, stream, chilling, drinking, and watching the videos with fans. No, Shane, you're not my fan. You're my friend. You're my friend. Guys, you guys aren't my fans. You're my friends. You're my only friends. Actually, if you want OnlyFans below, link in the below, link in the description below. It's feet pics. It's all feet pics.
Polls per patch, 110. So it's pretty close, but it might need a little more now. But there is a reason why there is a third game in this video. And not only a third game, we're actually talking about.
I got nothing about Tower of Fantasy. I know fucking nothing other than there's a dating simulator and there's boobies. That's they lost me on TOF. I don't know. I don't fucking know. All right, so let's see. Hold on, let me rewind real quick.
There's a third game in this video. And not only a third game, we're actually talking about more than that. But let's start with Tower Fantasy. What Tower Fantasy went with is that every single new character will be a little more powerful.
You'd have to pay $20 to see that, Shane. I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
Like 10%, there's a little power creep. But if you get 1 star of this character, there will be a little bit more. And in this game, it's a little easy to get dupes of the other characters. So this is another thing affecting the meta with the gacha system. And Tower Fantasy went with this. New characters are kinda better, but this only mattered in 1 or 2 modes in the end game. In the rest of the modes, you actually could clear with any character you wanted. And they stayed with this until 2.3 when they made a character called Fenrir. This stupid character was so insanely powerful that you only needed to get 1 star or 1 dupe, which is very easy to get in Tower Fantasy. And the content was getting a little harder by the time.
I know every person on God's green earth that's downloaded Tower of Fantasy gets those emails saying, hey, we miss you. Come back. If you reinstall today, we'll give you 300 pulls. Please join. Actually, if you reinstall it with 320 pulls, and we'll give you a hand job. Reinstall the game. Everyone gets those fucking emails. So Tower of Fantasy is easy to fucking get. Easy cash money. Light work.
Really messing out. The character literally does so much damage. She gets a whole new ability at C1. And if you use this ability, you do an insane amount of damage. It doesn't even compare to C0. And you also heal yourself. That's without talking about the other dupes that makes her invincible and things like that. So the devs were like, well, shit, we have to fix this. And players were so frustrated with power creep in Tower Fantasy. And the formula that they went with is.
I think Tower of Fantasy deserves an essay from this homie by himself on why that game fucking died. I downloaded it, by the way. I re-downloaded it. I wanted to give it a shot. I downloaded it before the dating simulator. Before the dating simulator. I just want to let you know. I did not download this game to get married. I did not download the game to get married. I swear to fucking God, I downloaded that game 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, okay? I don't want to see some lady shaking her ass in a chair that I saw on Twitter or whatever the fuck it is. I am good. With that being said, I'll be playing it the second I end stream, but I am good.
They added a new type of gear. For example, if you have artifacts in Genshin, they, for example, added a 6-star artifact. Because the modes were very hard for free-to-plays, they made a new type of gear that makes everyone way powerful. Everybody became very, very powerful in terms of gear, but when we thought that this was fixed, we remembered that this is an MMO, so you need people to play with you, and whales were crushing everything. So Tower Fantasy had a good idea to fix this. You already know that I said that you cannot nerf a character in a game, right? In a separate server where you start again. And that was what people called TOF 2 at the time. I am sure a lot of people heard of
whatever. Tower Fantasy had no good idea because there's 70 people playing it right now. There's 70. If we swapped over to Tower of Fantasy right now, we might be in the top 2 streamers. Let's see. Hey, hold on. If I swapped over to Tower of Fantasy, I'd be the #1 person in there. Tower of Fantasy did not fix it. They didn't. Yo, what up, DMA? 70 people. 70 people in TOF. There's one dude who consistently streams TOF for every day, averages like 500. I don't remember their name, but like TOF, we're gonna play it, man. We're gonna cover a video on it. But like, whatever the ideal, you know what? I can't say this. I was going to say, although the directory is dead, that does not mean the game is dead. Because look at this. Zenless Zone Zero right now has 4.1k people, and that's only because Fob is streaming at 1.8k, right? Zenless Zone Zero just generated almost 100 milli vanillies. $100 million. Viewership on Twitch does not equal profitability. I don't know if that's a word, but profits for the game. I'm snoozing ads for y'all, chat. That we have to keep that in mind. We were completely shown that with ZZZ. ZZZ's viewership is bad. It's fucking bad. Thank you, Ash. I love you. I appreciate you. But so keep that in mind. It doesn't necessarily mean that the game is dead. Also, they're still profiting. They're making money. They're making enough to make Neverness to Everness. So, I don't think they've solved their issue. Their issue is the fact that the game is just fucking dog shit and runs like a fucking trash. But yeah, I was walking around from the mall. The shirt I got was from Hot Topic. That sounds bad. I love Hot Topic. W's on the shirt. I appreciate you. Smoke that motherfucker. All right, let's go.
Tower Fantasy 2, that was
basically a more
hardcore server with harder content with zero difference between the characters. If you want to be harder and play with any character that you like, and Wales having only 30.
The problem with TOF when it launched, because I think an MMO gacha game, I guess MMOs are really gacha games in general, is a really good idea. Is really, and I believe Hoyoverse actually has job listings out right now because they are developing an MMO. We probably won't see it for another 3 or 4 years. An MMO, first of all, gacha games have taken over the MMO genre. It's just what it is. It's the truth, right? But a true to style MMO like WoW, Final Fantasy are valid. It's just the fact that the game played horribly. The optimization was not there. It lags every 5 seconds, and the hit detection felt worse than any video game I've ever played in my life. On top of the fact that there were server issues where there was a server, but then there was a sub server and there was some bullshit. And then on top of that, like rewards, like if you did a boss with a community and you couldn't get the chest in time, you had to wait 18 hours for it to respawn. It was just a bad game from the jump because it was not polished. It needed more time in the oven, and it marketed itself as the Genshin killer when they should have marketed itself as an MMO. Well, is Blue Moon going to sponsor you? They fucking should. They really should. And I never saw the hype in TOF. The hype died down after the first 2 weeks. Can Hoyo just focus on the shit they're going to have once I make more games? DMA, man, they're printing money, brother. They're fucking printing money, and I think Hoyoverse, I don't agree with their business practices, a lot of them. Like I really don't. I think they're their own worst enemy. But the reason why they made the Hoyo launcher is very simple. Someone like me, I want more challenging content in Genshin Impact. I want more endgame content. That's why they made Zenless Zone Zero. You want more challenging content, although it's not really that challenging. More endgame, you go to Zenless Zone Zero. You want a turn-based RPG, you go to Honkai Star Rail. You want an MMO, you click on the MMO. In any other game they developed, they were making a universe where, as opposed to fixing or addressing all the issues in the game that players want, instead they say, fuck that, we'll make a different type of game. And so if you're in the mood to play this type of game, go play this. If you're in the mood to play a turn-based, go play HSR. If you want to go play something that's kiddie and fucking stupid, go play Genshin. If you want to play something a little bit more combat-oriented, quotation marks, go play Zenless Zone Zero. It's fucking genius. It's absolutely genius. They will forever be king. They will forever be king. And the reason why they'll forever be king is there's no boycott. Like, people will never stop playing those games. Driven game. Honkai Impact 3. I forgot that game fucking existed, but that's a video game as well. True and real.
50% difference between them and free-to-play was an insane idea, but it didn't even get to global yet. It got to CN at least like 5 months ago. But of course, people are upset that they will start again from the start without characters. What about the money that we spent on the initial server? And that's why it's always flawed. Whenever you try to find a solution, you will find a problem in gacha games in terms of meta. If we look to Zenless Zone Zero now, of course this is the first update, limited characters are very powerful, and in Wuthering Waves in 2 patches we actually don't know exactly. I actually don't know how exactly Wuthering Waves is trying to go, because Jinse is more powerful than Jian, and then we got Shanli, which is as powerful as Jian, so it's kinda looking good. No insane power creep, and this
I can tell you right now, Wuthering Waves is the genuine outlier. I really think they fucked up releasing Jinse so early. I think Jinse absolutely killed a lot of interest for a lot of players, and I do think that it was the wrong. I think it was the wrong spot. Jinse is just objectively the best DPS, and she will not be fucking touched. Especially if running her with Tauchi, her fucking damage multipliers are absolutely insane. But they're not really power creeping anything at the moment, other than Calchero. But all the units look the same. I think Gacha need look different. Do all the Gacha games of Raiden Shogun. It's so stupid. I agree. Rob has a pack of Mets cards. Will you open on stream? I don't know baseball, but fuck it, we could do it. Check selfie channels, Discord. Bet. I got you. My Gion is 5 times stronger than the average Jinse or Cheng Li. Yeah, but your Gion is a C6 R6. Yes, I said R6. It's very, 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 very different. You know, you are not the average player. You are the consumer who's a fucking whale. No, I'm kidding. I really don't know how to too much about the game. I really don't understand what you're saying, but a good lord, did the company get titty physics on point? No, that if you want to see titty physics, they base this shit off my type. Like, they base this shit off my titties, and that's the thing. That's the thing. I didn't even get a royalty check. Like, yo, if you tell me I'm not better looking. Tell me I'm not better looking with a straight face. Come on. They base that shit off of my titties. That's just mad weird. Weirdo energy.
This will take me back to Genshin Impact.
For sure.
Why is Genshin Impact the most interesting one in them? Because what could Genshin do is stay on the same thing that they did from 1.0 to 3.0 with adding more endgame. That was the problem in Genshin. No one complained about the meta. They only probably complained about some dendro things. And what game can this interesting way of handling the meta can work? Wuthering Waves. Because you can make the bosses as hard as you can, and people will still clear it with Shisia. But also they can go the Honkai Star Rail route because it makes more money. But of course, as I said before, the Honkai Star Rail route makes you need to be generous and has another good thing, which is if a new player comes to the game, he will already get the best character. So the game will always attract new players, but also if power creep didn't exist anyway, the player can get whatever he wants. So as you see, there's always a problem. There's a difference. You cannot really say which one is the best. You can say that this is better from a best.
Honkai Star Rail's the best. It's just hands down. Well, it's too early to tell about Wuwa. But Honkai Star Rail so far has proven to be the best gacha system, without a doubt. As soon as you pulled the characters up, I was like, I knew those pair. You need to get a royalty check, brother. You've seen them before. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with Chixia? It's not like she's Amber. Shixia is not very good, unfortunately. She's just really not good, DMA. It's just unfortunately. Well-deserved comment. Note that as dude, I seen a level 60 Shixia clear the endgame solo. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Wuwa is a more skill-based game. Honkai Star was a more thought process-based game, and Genshin Impact's fucking easy. So, you know, and but objectively at the moment, Star Rail's the best. It is what it is. You know?
This
They have the best system.
but you cannot say if this is really the best thing. Even if you follow the Genshin route from the start, they really need to make an insane story to make you hooked to this character, and also always make the gameplay of a new character very impressive. They can do that for 10, 20, 30 characters, but then they will start adding things that already existed. How can you ask a game like League of Legends to add a brand new character that doesn't have any single ability that looks like any other character when they have almost 200 characters in it? And see, even this has a flaw. That's the reason why Genshin changed. Anyway, I think I yapped for a long time. I don't know, I'm actually enjoying making these videos. Please consider liking this video, and if you don't subscribe now, you're gonna lose your 50-50. Bye-bye!
I don't know what Genshin... Does anyone know what Genshin changed? Because I don't think Genshin changed anything. I think the only thing Genshin changed is releasing Farina and allowing Mario Chussi to be a artifact set. Other than that, Genshin Impact has not changed anything. Navia didn't nerf anyone. I mean, maybe you could say Ito. Farina didn't really nerf people, but introduced a different play style. Nuvolette didn't really nerf anyone because Nuvolette is just so far ahead, and the other ones aren't really that great. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Just calling my name. So come on, baby, let's stop playing